Fortnite Chapter 3 is coming to an end and we have a huge live event just around the corner. I'll be giving you the rundown on everything we know about this finale. We're gonna discuss some theories and check out some juicy leaks. Before we begin, hit the sub button and like the video. So in a matter of days, we'll be witnessing the biggest live event in Fortnite history. I mean, it does feel way too early for a chapter to end. Maybe Epic did plan a season 5 but ended up scrapping it. Maybe that was intentional because we know that Creative 2.0 is releasing in January. It did get delayed. It was supposed to release with the start of the new chapter, but I guess we're gonna have to wait for another month. Something this big is usually planned for a new chapter, not a season, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we know the upcoming event is called Fracture. The name itself gives an idea of what's gonna happen. We see the name Fracture and it's literally being fractured into tons of pieces. Epic also revealed the official artwork for the event and we see the island being torn apart by chrome tornadoes. I know a lot of you guys might be wondering, will the cubes play some part in the event and eventually will the Cube Queen return? No, I don't think so. The chances of her return and cubes being involved are unlikely, so what really might go down during the event? I have a theory. Epic releases a bunch of skin surveys every once in a while. Sometimes they may end up containing some of the future Battle Pass skins. Recently we did have a survey and we got to take a look at some interesting skin that seem related to the lore. These two skins in particular feel really important to the storyline and everyone believes that they are the nothing and the everything. Both of them have been mentioned countless times over the years by Donald Mustard in teasers, trailers. The nothing resembles darkness. Everything is the complete opposite of that. The nothing could be some sort of spiritual entity native to the last reality, maybe the actual leader of the faction. He officially made his debut through Byte's quest this season while choosing him as the new warrior of the last reality. The two horns on his head do look similar to the design of the cube's cradle seen in the Chapter 2 finale event. Speaking of Bytes, we know that he's been bestowed the powers of Chrome by the Nothing. I suppose the same must have happened with the Herald because a plant like Queen having Chrome powers is just out of context. Then we have the Everything. Vibrant, colorful, we can all say that it's the 0 point. The complete opposite of Nothing. At least that's what it reads to me. We don't really have a confirmation whether the Everything could be a person or an event because if nothing exists, there has to be an opposite. Now we have a skin right here from the same survey that looks like how everything can be described as. Colorful, vibrant. It's even got a fractured 0 point in its chest. Donald himself has mentioned in the past that the 0 point is a sentient being. So could this be a physical embodiment of the 0 point? So if the Nothing makes an appearance, which he might during the event, considering the fact that his arrival has been teased a lot this season, especially through Battle Pass cosmetics. Could we also see the Everything? Again, this is all just a theory that Nothing might be what comes after the whole reality is fractured, and that does actually make a little bit of sense. I'm sure we'll probably get to know more about the Nothing and Everything in Chapter 4. Another theory of mine is that the rifts above Loot Lake and Grim Gables could be linked to the whole scenario. Maybe it opens up a portal for the Nothing, or the rifts will teleport us to a different reality. Whatever happens, it will be the end of Chapter 3 as we know it. There's a leaked backlink called Zero Fragment that will be rewarded to players who attend the live event. Now here's the interesting thing. The description says initiating Zero Fusion, and if you take a look at the backlink, we can see a 0 point like object in the middle and 3 different parts forming together. Now what that reads to me is that there's gonna be a fusion between the Chapter 1, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 maps. I could be completely wrong though. We might get a brand new map with a bunch of returning POIs, and that's the most likely thing to happen, right? Maybe the Herald might try to fuse the Chrome with the 0 point. Notice the Chrome surrounding the backlink. So in the recent update, we got a bunch of Paradise quests that included Paradigm mentioning about the Loop Breaker project. Now that does sound really interesting because the last time someone tried to break the loop was in Chapter 2 Season 2 Device event and it was none other than Midas. Could this really mean that he's finally making a long-awaited return? Keep in mind that he's been teased a lot by Donald Mustard. One thing to note for is that Donald posted this video on Twitter mentioning that Midas is great and not dead. And if you take a look at what date this was posted, it's the same as the finale happening this year, so this kind of makes sense. There was also a leaked spray that shows Chrome taking over what seems to be Midas's golden hand, and I'm pretty much convinced that it'll make a comeback because we know that Midas has a golden touch and everything he touches turns into gold. So this might just work as a counter for Chrome, and if not, at least buy some time so that we can somehow escape or get to safety. The reason I said Fracture being the biggest event in Fortnite history in the start is because it actually is. In reference to some previous event sizes, the Galactus event was around 495 megabytes, Operation Skyfire was 689 megabytes, and the most recent one, Collision event, was 846 megabytes. According to leakers, the Fracture event is over 900 megabytes, making it the biggest live event in Fortnite. Now, judging by the size itself, we can diminish that the event will be including a lot of visual effects. We also know that the event will be 40 minutes long. I'll get to that in detail later in the video. So Fortnite posted a TikTok/short on their socials, which they usually do more often. Recently, they posted this, and interestingly enough, they put the hashtag Fortnite Fracture. Now this tag is for the upcoming event Fracture as we know it, and why would they put it in some random YouTube short unless it's meant to tease something? In the short, we can see Sash Sargent just doing random stuff like saluting the flag, exercising, when all of a sudden he transforms into Dark Jonesy. He gets aggressive and starts breaking stuff until he's transformed back to normal. After that, he just starts switching randomly between different Jonesies. Rex, the Durburger one, Jonesy the First, Epic are definitely hinting something we don't know about. But I think I have an answer. During the Zero Crisis finale, we had reality waves that change our skin every time it hit us. I believe the same thing is gonna be happening during the upcoming event. Maybe we're like switching to random skins. What if maybe we even get a glimpse on one of the Battle Pass skins of next season? Also, Epic has described this event by saying don't fall to pieces, so it means we'll be switching multiple realities. Then we have a tweet by Fortnite that says the bittersweet feeling of the world crumbling beneath you. Now we also have this image that comes with the tweet. We can see Mancake floating around in space, meaning we'll also be there, probably during the final moments of the event. Another thing I noticed is that the syrup that is floating above Mancake's head actually looks like 4. Obviously, it's a hint for Chapter 4. And another interesting thing to note for is that Mancake is in the same pose as he is when you talk to him. Maybe Epic is trying to foreshadow that he'll be an NPC during the event, because there's a leaked post-event mini-game or a story mode we'll be playing, and there will be NPCs we can talk to. I'll get into the details later in the video. Then yet again, we have another teaser. Epic just keeps trickling these in day after day. So this is just another TikTok. There's a couple of boars grazing, and then all of a sudden we see 2 whiplashes racing to the finish line, and it's Jules and Mancake. They almost reach the finish line, but all of a sudden stop their cars. They're aiming at something. They look up. There's definitely something in the sky, and it cuts to darkness. Now there's definitely something wrong. Something or someone they're looking at seems to be on the horizon. We know that the Chapter 4 map is called Asteria, which in Greek mythology refers to the stars. I absolutely have no clue at all about what's happening. This is the second teaser in which Mancake has made an appearance, and pretty much hinting that he'll be an NPC during the event. So we have a leaked animation that's gonna play when entering the playlist. We can see the lobby being taken over by a chrome tornado. So I guess tornadoes are gonna be the main highlight of the event. We'll have an event intro, and the event might start somewhere outside the loop. There's a gameplay tag called Unload Artemis Terrain. I guess we'll start at the moon or something, because Donald Mustard did change his banner showing a part of the blood moon from the recent solar eclipse, and the blood moon means the end of everything in real life, so it does make sense. We'll also be able to focus on the 0 point. Don't know if it's a pre-event or a mid-event thing. Also, something will happen or something will hit the 0 point, causing it to collide, like literally fracturing it. So I guess it's definitely one of the chrome tornadoes we saw in the artwork. Furthermore, we'll be able to teleport through the 0 point somewhere, and I mentioned this in my last video that Donald changed his location to reality 153 and then to reality 602. Maybe these are the realities we get to visit, or maybe we're falling through it like in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Another possibility could be someone gathering all of his pieces back thanks to genetic modification. It could be none other than Geno. Last time we saw him was in the Zero War comics when the Imagined sacrificed her life to finish him off completely, forgetting that he's immortal. And at the end of the finale, we saw him flicker through realities. Eventually, he'll make a return when he's done gathering his body split across the multiverse. The event will not be interactable at all. Moreover, during the finale, the rifts that I mentioned earlier will teleport us somewhere, maybe a new reality or something. There's also another gameplay tag called Remove Disguise, so I guess we'll be disguised and we'll be able to remove it or something. Leakers have also claimed there will be a few cutscenes in the event. Now at the end of the event, the 0 point will be building up. Along with that, maybe the Chapter 4 map, because the in-game tab says the island is deteriorating. It's up to you to reforge it. This could mean a plenty of things. For starters, we could be reforging or rebuilding the chapter 4 map by ourselves, meaning that we get to choose what POI to bring back. Honestly, this would be crazy. In the event blog post, Fortnite used the words otherworldly and unexpected social event. The choice of words used by Epic are intentional. They definitely have some meaning. Otherworldly could mean that we're going to outer space. That's kind of confirmed by the Mancake teaser, and they also used the word social, and the last time we had a social event, that was the involting event, and in the event we ended up getting the drum gun back. So maybe what if this is like a unvaulting event 2.0 where we get to choose what POIs or weapons stay or return for chapter 4. Also earlier I mentioned the event will last 40 minutes and you'll be able to join in progress until 4:40 p.m. Eastern, even after the event has started. Now that's something new. This is going to be insane. Epic go all out when it comes to Fortnite events. Usually Fortnite events are like 15 to 20 minutes long, and that seems to be the case. At least that's what I can say. So what about the rest 20-30 minutes? Earlier I mentioned that there'll be a mini game that we'll be playing. According to leakers, this will probably happen after the event has concluded. So we'll be able to technically still play Fortnite while it's in downtime. Here's what we know about the mini game. All players will have a hop rock glow gravity effect during the event and the mini game. There will be 8 NPCs, with one of them being able to give you quests. We'll have a conversation, and some of them will have a glitching effect. One of them could possibly be Mancake due to the fact that he's appeared in 2 teasers so far. Then we have another teaser that dropped today. We can see unstuffed Guff floating around in space. There's just nothing so special about this teaser. We did notice one thing. There's a tattoo that mentions 4 on his body that you don't see it on the actual skin, so that's something new. Maybe they're just like hinting chapter 4 or something. Coming back to the mini game, we'll be able to play basketball, fish, enter the 0 point, eat hop rocks, throw snowballs, turn into a prop, teleport in a rift. There's plenty of things we'll be able to do. There will be some kind of race tag happening during the pre-show. We'll be able to equip something called Cade Saddle, search snow piles, something called Stargazer, bouncers, campfires, bounty boards will be available. The disguise boot from chapter 2 season 2 will be available. That's a lot of things. Lastly, according to Tweet, there will be something called Star revealed, and he mentioned that it could be related to Geno. He said this is not confirmed, but possible. It could also be the nothing, because something's definitely on the horizon. We see it in the teasers. Everyone's like looking up. All the shorts just end up with characters looking up in the sky, and it just cuts to darkness. So definitely something's on the horizon, and NPCs are also telling us to look at the stars. This event will have 6 phases, and the 0 point will be opening 2 portals sometime during the event, meaning the event could really be 40 minutes long, because that's double the phases compared to previous events. Shout out to all the leakers. I'm definitely excited and pumped up to see what's gonna go down in this chapter finale. We'll be experiencing all of this on December 3rd, 4 p.m. Eastern. Hope you found this video entertaining and informative. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.